now. Cold start up. It's not cold actually, it's quite warm. A lot of grumblies. I'm in a lot of pain. I just hit legs harder than I have in over a year. Oof. I'm sore. I didn't do recovery afterwards. That piece de resistance, the topic of conversation. It's actually quite a good one. Perhaps you've heard it. Dude, choose your hard. Choose your hard. Man, woman, person, individual, human being. Life's pretty friggin' difficult, dude. No matter what it is that's going on, you've probably got something going on. Whether that's like a problem, an impasse, or like an abundance of abundance where there's just so much good stuff going on that it's a little overbearing. Life's hard no matter what path it is that you choose to pursue. You gotta pick one, dude. You either have sort of a lackadaisical life today, which your net result is going to be a much more difficult life later on down your journey, or I cannot believe I did not get an arrow. You're joking. Lackadaisical now, really difficult later, or what I think personally is better, what a lot of leaders, world-moving entrepreneurs think, willfully and intentionally make your life more difficult today on purpose for the net result of an easier life later, which sounds absolutely crazy. It sounds diabolical. It's worth it, in my opinion, and many others' opinions who you may or may not look up to. Is it difficult to get up at 4 in the morning and go to the gym 7 days a week? For surezies, dude. There's days I really just do not want to do that. Guess what? I do it anyways, dude. Is it difficult to tell my friends all the time whenever they're trying to do a social function? No. I tell my friends, one of my small idiosyncrasies that low-key triggers my friends, my people, they'll say to do anything, it doesn't even matter, but just some invitation. I'm like, nah, I'm broke, I can't afford that. And they just laugh and they're like, dog, you're not broke, bro. I'm like, you're a liar. What I actually mean is, I refuse to spend money on that. It's not worth it to me. I'm living extremely frugally so that I can have a greater life tomorrow. I'm investing a large order of magnitude percentage of my income. Guess what? That pays dividends. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it will for sure. Is that hard? For sure. But you know what else is hard? I'd argue is more difficult. I'd argue it's more difficult to find yourself in a situation where you genuinely can't afford it. You actually have no money. You're trying to scrape to make ends meet. I'd argue that's more difficult by a lot. Like, abstaining from living beyond your means while you have the money so that you can invest more and build a lifestyle where your money makes money, you're outside of the financial matrix, you're just practicing self-discipline. Whereas when you're actually living beyond your means, you run out of money because your livelihood, your lifestyle is way further than what you're capable of supporting with your earned income. Now you're cooked. You're absolutely deep fried. You got more month at the end of the money, bro. That's a problem. I've got more money at the end of the month to invest with, to do whatever I need to. If you've got more month at the end of the money, you come to the 17th and you got some kind of bill due, you got no money, you start running on the credit cards at a 70 billion% interest rate. I'm exaggerating, obviously. Realistically, 37% interest rate, which sounds absolutely egregious. That's market rates right now on some credit cards. Insane. Should be illegal. It's called usury. Who could it be now? You know what I'm saying? Who came up with that? If you find yourself with more month at the end of the money, you have a serious problem. I'd argue that you have a much more difficult life than someone who is just living below their means for the purpose of using their capital, their wealth, their affluence to create a lifestyle of merit. That's called meritocracy. A decade, 2 decades, 3 decades down the line, I have 15, 20, 30 million dollars in assets making me money, and I don't have to do anything. I mean, I've got roles built out. I have several employees. They're running everything. You are still trying to pay down the debts of your lifestyle expenditures, and you've got a job just to make ends meet still 3 decades later. Who was winning? Okay, for a season, when you're playing the game of lackadaisical now, hard later, you know, your mid-20s, it kind of looks like you're winning and you're living large. You're living like Larry. And it looks like the type of individual like me is losing. But actually, though, looks can be deceptive, right? Two people are in the same situation, same age. They both make $2,000 a month. One spends their $2,000 to go to Europe, go on a fancy little vacation, takes a bunch of pictures, okay? Other one keeps their head down, grinding, making more money, saving and investing continually, perpetually. One looks like they're winning and living like Larry. The other kind of looks like they're not winning, but guess what's actually going on? One's winning and one's not. And it's the opposite of what you think it is. Holy cow, this thing is so fast, dude. I should not own this. Goodness gracious. Okay, choose your hard. Like, I would rather willfully have a more difficult life today for an easier tomorrow, on purpose. And you can see it in my physique. You can see it. You can see the result, the net result of your choices through someone's life, through their physique, through their body, through their speech patterns. Like, what are they talking about, dude? Are they gossiping at work, or are they talking about a multi-family property they're working on investing, or they're building this project, or they're building a DAP, right? What are they talking about? Are they talking about human consciousness, or are they talking about the Steelers game? You see what I'm saying? Like, levels to the game. And it's not like ego or narcissism. Just inherently in the eyes of God, we're all the same. I don't think I'm better than anyone else, but like, I just, at the way that I'm playing the game of life, when I'm talking to someone and I recognize that their scales of consciousness is just mega low, like, I disengage from the conversation. I don't think I'm better than you. I just think I am incapable of relating to you at the level that is going to make sense. Like, I can't say anything to you that's going to awaken you to move to a higher plane of reality. So I'm not going to come down to your vibrational wavelength and meet you in the dribble that you're at. I'm just not going to do it. And any of the stuff that I talk about is just so beyond your comprehension that, like, I can't engage with you. And I'm sorry if that's perceived as negative, but it's a fact, bro. Like, that's just how it is. That's why there are people that are fully enslaved in the Matrix forever, and then there are people that are not. So you got to choose your hard. And really, the crazy thing about it too, though, that it's like a choice every day, though. It's not like, oh, choose it and then you're good to go. You've made the choice and you're on a new path. No, it's a choice every single day, whether you're gonna get up and execute. Because by the way, being a high-performing individual, that's a perishable skill, man. If you don't use it, you lose it. And that's just true. So every day you wake up, you gotta decide, hey, I'm gonna be exemplary today. I am gonna sacrifice fun today for discipline so that I can have a greater tomorrow. And it sucks, bro. Some days it's actually low-key awesome. Some days it sucks. But regardless of which, it's gonna be worth it every single time. So that's just the facts. I want you to get on a path where you are proud of yourself, right? Too many people that I see have no inkling or care in the world of where they're headed in 5 years, 10 years, and they're not super fulfilled. Now, I don't really see happiness as a North Star. That's a different conversation. But not only are they not happy and they're complaining about their life, but they have no sense of fulfillment, like broader sense of fulfillment in their life. And I hate that for them. Like, come on. You got to have something that you're moving forward towards that excites you. You have to. Because without that, it's dreary, it's dribble. Like, what are you doing every day? You're just moseying around being upset? Like, bro, set a big definite aim, move towards it, believe you're the one, and choose a hard life, because a hard life leads to abundance, growth, and ultimately a really easy life later on. So that's the facts. I want you to choose your hard. And if you can go through the lonely chapter, the valley of the shadow of death, for like 5 years, and you survive, you're gonna come out the other end forged with a pruned character. You're gonna be a much better individual that's gonna be able to affect change, positive change for the kingdom of God. I love you. and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.